Hey everybody, TacticalBoondoggle here. Gonna do a review on the FNX FNX-9. Just gonna start out with a couple talking points. Got the talking points here, a couple of notes on there. Don't have a whole lot of information on the history of this puppy. It's rather a new pistol. I think it was developed in something like 2010. Or released in 2010, so it hasn't been out for a whole lot of time. A couple people I've heard actually complaining about that as far as why they wouldn't choose it, but nothing that would stop me from necessarily wanting to test it out. A couple of special notable features. The barrel and slide, interestingly enough, on this pistol travel up to twice the distance of some other semi-autos before the barrel actually drops out, and you can actually see that before the barrel actually separates. So as you're pushing the slide back, it actually takes, I don't know, about almost an inch before they start to separate, and what that does is it actually reduces the felt recoil, according to FN anyway. Caliber wise, this comes in a 9mm, a 40 Smith & Wesson or Short and Wimpy, depending on who you ask, and 45 ACP. Now the 45 is a little bit different because it has some variants like tactical, where there's some options where you can replace it with a reamer, and I'll be doing a review on one of those here shortly. But this pistol, really the only variants are mostly cosmetic. Size wise, it's relatively close to a Glock, and I have a Glock sitting here, Glock 19. From a length perspective, it's maybe a tad bit longer. Width wise, if I were to do comparison here, really they're pretty similar, especially once you get down into the grip. And then from a height of the grip length, keeping the sights pretty well equal there. The grip length on the FN is a tad bit longer, and I think partially because you get a round or two more, but maybe not, and just has to do with the design, and it's just a tad bit longer, so it's more capability to print when you're trying to conceal carry it, if that is your reason for purchasing this pistol. But ultimately, what this let's see, moving on. The sight radius on this pistol is 5.95 inches, which is actually pretty good. It's a 3-dot sight system. The grip and ergos. Now, this is probably one of the downfalls of this pistol. It has absolutely painful grip stifling. I don't know if they designed this pistol with the intent of people wearing gloves to shoot it, but I have a video of shooting the FNX 45 in particular that hopefully will be up shortly, where I show my hand after holding the pistol and shooting it, and after holding it for only 15 rounds, I hold my hand up and you can just see the grip texture embedded in my skin. It's almost painful, and I don't particularly care for it. Also, carrying this, that grip texture is going to rub up against your side or your hip, and it's not going to feel very good. It's really kind of a I don't know even how to describe it. Little pyramids with some sharp tips. It's not comfortable. You know, there are other types of grips that I find that are similar to this that are just far more comfortable. Now, magazine capacity, as I said, this guy actually has 17 rounds, which I think partially accounts for the tad bit longer grip length. So, you know, you get a couple extra rounds over a Glock. I think Glock has like 15, 14 rounds, something like that. Price. This puppy is around $600 is what I think I paid for it. Now, operations. This is the construction wise, it's a polymer frame, stainless slide, pretty much like most of the other pistols out these days that are competing with the Glocks. And it is a hammer fired pistol. Now, the FN has done something interesting in that it does have the decocker as well as the safety all in one lever, which I really like. There have been some complaints of actually having to pull down on the decocker multiple times before the trigger would fire correctly. I haven't had any of those type issues, and you'll see some shooting here in a little bit that kind of talks to that point. So just because I haven't had the issue doesn't mean the issue doesn't exist. It's just something I haven't come across with. The trigger and reset, the trigger's not horrible, but it's really not that great. I feel like it also takes some over travel in there that's just a little bit too long. It feels like you're going all the way into the back of the trigger guard, which you basically are. Now, as far as the reset goes, pull it. It is an audible reset, and it's actually it's not too long. You can see I'm not too far out. And then you pull it back again, and it's not horrible. Not the best, but not horrible. I'd say kind of middle of the road. As far as mag release, it does have the ambidextrous mag releases each side. Typical thumb type mag release. I don't feel like I have to change my grip to get to it. It's in a good position. Worst case, I can always do it with this finger, which on some of the new ambidextrous types I've caught myself doing. Not a bad technique, but also not a great technique. You really shouldn't change your grip when you're trying to pull out your magazine. Takedown, a lot like a SIG. Lock the slide back, rotate the takedown lever, and continue on from there. So nothing really too difficult about it. Easy cleaning, really easy to clean. Now kit. The bore axis on this pistol, comparing again to the Glock 19, which I've pretty much made my reference, is really very close to the same. They're very close. So the recoil on this pistol is not bad at all. Additionally, with the fact that it takes so long for the barrel to actually separate, the felt recoil on this pistol is just not bad at all. I wouldn't say it is as good as something like the Caracal or the Glock, but it's not bad. People that are, a little bit worried about recoil response and things of that nature, this pistol is where it starts to get pretty good. Reliability wise, this pistol's been outstanding. Have had no problems whatsoever with it. The reason I purchased it, it was mainly geared towards home defense, and it's the little brother of the FNX 45, which I've come to just absolutely love. It's a lot of fun. Again, I still complain about the FNX 45's grip, being that it's kind of sharp and it leaves, the little grip texture in my hand after shooting it. And I think I even have a video of the FNX 45 after shooting, like I said, showing my hand. It's great for training for its big brother. It's got the same operations and everything, same usage, all that kind of stuff, and having an extra couple rounds, maybe that's what you're after, so this would make sense. Great home defense weapon, you can't do anything wrong with 17 rounds. I mean, every round's an extra bullet in the air, I guess. It could be great for fun in a range toy as well. The more rounds you have, the more fun you have before reloading. The use of survival and zombies works too. It's a tad bit heavy, but it would still work. Now the availability of this pistol is really actually pretty good. Being that it's manufactured in the US, I believe it's South Carolina, it's actually rather an available gun. I've seen them quite a bit in the gun stores. There's a lot of companies making holsters for these, so it's really a pretty good pistol to be able to find parts and components for. And gunsmiths are starting to learn a lot more about it as other variants of this one, these pistols are becoming more popular. Now, just want to make sure everybody knows, that I checked this gun before I started the video and knew it was clear. And as well, just want to make sure that everyone out there stays safe and, keep shooting, because the gun is only as good as the shooter. And stay tuned for some video of me shooting this particular pistol and being able to check the recoil and things like that and the accuracy. So thanks a lot, guys, and if you enjoy the video, subscribe or like it or whatever the heck you want to do with it, and keep watching. Thanks. Got the FNH FNX-9. Got 5 rounds of Sellier and Bellot loaded up. We're at 15 yards shooting a 14-inch gong. Loaded up with the Blazer brass. We're at about 13 yards. Going to be shooting the plate rack to show transition speed of this puppy. Gonna be shooting 15 rounds of Remington UMC 9mm ball ammo. We're about 15 yards. Got the FNH FNX-9. Got 10 rounds of CCI aluminum. At about 15 yards here, gonna be shooting a 14-inch steel gong side recoil. Alright, we got the FNX-9. Got 9 rounds loaded up of the Remington UMC. Got another magazine in my pocket here. Gonna do a magazine swap. I'm gonna do 9 rounds of precision and then 9 rounds of just straight up mag dump. I'm just gonna shoot between the two IPSCs. I'm gonna go to the circle. Oh, and I missed the last shot. Two initial shots there turned sideways on me, so I think I missed the second to last shot. It's pretty decent. I think we were at 15 yards. Then the mag dump ended up shooting a little low on this guy. It's got a really long trigger on this thing.